If you've been struggling to get your message out there in a way that attracts your ideal clients to your music business, this episode will uncover a musical related strategy that will help you strengthen your messaging to actually build the perception of value in a way that magnetizes your ideal clients to you effortlessly. Let's dive in. Welcome to the Musicians Creating Prosperity podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Fabiana Claure, and today I'm going to give you a musical analogy that will help you strengthen your brand, captivate your audience, and highlight what is important about the work that you do in the world. One of the greatest challenges that I have seen musicians face when it comes to building their businesses strategically is knowing how to package and position their skills in a way that increases the perception of value. Let me take you back to when my husband and I were just starting out as entrepreneurs. In early 2011, we were building our brick and mortar music school, Superior Academy of Music. And one of the things that got us the most proud about how we created the curriculum and really the staff that we put in place was the fact that we looked for the highest credentials in our teachers. We looked for musicians who had master's and doctorate degrees in music, just like we had at the time. We were freshly out of grad school with our shiny doctorate degrees, and we were ready to conquer the world. Little did we know that as we were to jump into becoming full time entrepreneurs, we would need to become master marketers, master influencers, and master strategists, not just doctors of music. And in the process of really building our business and introducing it to the market where we started it back in Miami, the Miami community, one of the things we realized is that it is not enough to present the features of your offer and to describe the benefits of your offer if you don't highlight what is the problem that your offer is solving. So, for the longest time, we would have conversations with potential clients, with prospective parents, with students, and we would rave about how exciting our program was, and we would share with them the features of our curriculum and how our students would be able to access a comprehensive curriculum and all the benefits of the program and why it would be so helpful, and how our clients, our teachers, had the highest credentials in music with master's and doctorate degrees. And we realized as we had more and more conversations with prospective clients, who many of them were just average parents who were just looking for a quality musical environment for their kids, who most of them didn't really have that much of a background in music per se. And when we shared the features of our program and the fact that our teachers all had master's and doctorate degrees in music, we thought those would be enough to impress our potential students and to attract our ideal clients. We did not realize that we were missing one very important piece of the puzzle, and that was creating the problem, describing the problem, and highlighting what is the problem that our program was going to solve. So for the longest time, we would have conversations with clients and parents, and we would say, "Hey, our program features this, 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 this. Our teachers have masters and doctorate degrees," and we would see the reaction of our potential clients, just like, "Okay, and what time again do you have openings?" It did not blow their minds, and we could not understand why. For the longest time, we're like, "Why aren't they just wowed by the value? How come they're not so impressed?" And we were, discovered many years later, as we started shifting into, building a university program, as I started learning now how to improve everything that we had built as entrepreneurs and teach that to musicians. When I became a director of music business program and had to actually break down the strategies that I had used, really in many ways just by trial and error during my first 5 years as an entrepreneur, I had to then break it down into a teachable system for students to be able to learn step by step how to build their businesses while being university students. I realized that what was missing at the time was the fact that we were not highlighting the need for the program. What was the problem that our highly innovative curriculum and our highly credentialed teachers were going to solve? And why was that relevant? And I realized that instead of just saying, hey, this program will feature all these benefits and will be great for your child or for yourself, we needed to highlight what was the problem with the current way most music students were learning music. What were the gaps that we identified? What were the missing links that we knew were not allowing musicians to succeed and to stay engaged in music over the long term? What were the reasons why, without access to the comprehensive curriculum we had built and without access to highly credentialed teachers, those students were most likely to quit within 2 to 3 or 4 years of starting their lessons simply because there was lacking foundational principles that would ensure a much more long term relationship with music and a more holistic approach towards music education, for example. And so over time, as I started teaching this at the university level, I started thinking about the analogies between a solid messaging strategy that emphasizes the problem before you highlight the solution and therefore builds that need and creates that desire with musical harmony. You see, in music, we have dominant harmonies that by nature create tension. Dominant harmonies build anticipation, present dissonances, present sounds that in a way get our heartbeat going. They get us moving forward, wanting some sort of resolution because they're meant to create tension. If you're looking at a horror movie, if you're looking at something that is intended to accelerate your heart rate, it is filled with these types of harmonies, dominant harmonies, right? And then after the dominant harmony, we have a tonic harmony, which is referred to as the resolution. Why? Because when you have the dominant, then the tonic resolves that tension and creates these beautiful consonant harmonies that allow us to appreciate more that easeful, harmonious consonant harmony. And so I decided that I was going to explain this methodology by using this analogy between the dominant and the tonic, and in your messaging, being able to emphasize the problem followed by the solution. And the minute that I started implementing this framework and sharing it with musicians around the world, I started to see a significant improvement in the results that my clients were able to achieve. Because here's the thing, for many of my clients, one of the biggest shifts that they make in their business is being able to shift from teaching one to one lessons to teaching group lessons, from shifting their students instead of having to be meeting with them every single week on a one to one basis, whether they do it online or in person, to be able to transition them into group sessions with asynchronous support mechanisms like sending them videos back and forth, maybe having a private client community to post questions, and they start reinventing their music businesses in a way that completely wins back their time, because now if instead of teaching 20, 30 hours a week, they can teach 5 hours a week, right? Or 1 hour a week or 2 hours a week. So they have a complete shift in their schedule, in their time connection, control, while also no longer depending on that time for money income trap, where once they've given all their time away, they just have no opportunities to earn any more income, right? But the problem is redesigning your business, creating a different offer is not the end of the game. You must also learn how to communicate the value of this new offer and learn how to improve your messaging strategy so that when you present this either to new students coming into your world or to your existing students, right? You need to be able to emphasize it in a way that will resonate with them, that will highlight the value of the new program and why it is a no-brainer for anyone in your world to want to be a part of your newly designed music business. So I had a client a few weeks ago who was implementing these strategies in his business, and he's in one of my programs and came to me after a few weeks of kind of diving into the trainings and all the modules that we have. And he said, Fabiana, I presented the new program to some of my clients, and my first three clients said no. They said, no, what do I do? I'm frustrated. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So we dug deeper into the strategy that he was using, and lo and behold, what was he doing? He was emphasizing the tonic. There was no dominant in the conversation. All he was doing was saying, I've got a new program. It's going to be great. These are all the features. I think you should join. Right? And so immediately we started looking at that and we said, no, the dominant is missing. if you don't highlight what is uh, the opportunity lost right now for the clients that you're working with in the old way, in which way is this one-to-one format detrimental to their progress if they continue working in this way, when instead they could be jumping into all the additional elements of support that you could provide them in an online capacity, right? Because when you work one on one, your students see you once a week and then they're on their own for the next 6 days of the week, let's say. And if they accidentally acquire a poor practicing habit, there's no one there to fix it until they see you the following week. And then you have to start all over again and remind them about this and maybe do some damage control. Versus if you get to work with your students in a group setting and you have a variety of touch points throughout the week. Now, all of a sudden, they're getting course corrections from you 3, 4 times a week in between the group sessions, and they can progress a lot faster. And when you can help your clients get results faster, immediately the value raises up. And you can charge higher prices, and you can have all sorts of additional features and benefits that can help your clients get results faster. So when we looked into the way he was having this conversation with his clients, we immediately found the fact that he was not emphasizing the need enough. He was not highlighting the dominant. He was not really sharing with his clients what was wrong about the current way that he was working. What were their clients missing out on, right? And of course, there's strategies on how to create this conversation in a nuanced way, because it's not like you want to throw rocks at the way you were working and just like make them doubt about what they've been doing with you all this time. But there's certainly strategies that you can employ to have a very effective conversation that lays out the value and shows them, here's why this new program I'm building is going to be life changing, right? Here's how all these problems that I'm showing you are going to be resolved with the new format and the new modules and the new system, if you will. And lo and behold, after a week of us making those corrections, giving him the strategies, he came back the next week and he said, Fabiana, I've got 4 new clients in my new program. They said, yes. What changed? Our client was the same person. The program was the same program. The only thing that changed was his ability to take ownership of his communication skills and decide that he was going to improve his ability to convey the value to his audience, to his clients. And when he made those tweaks, he was able to successfully enroll 4 students and go from teaching for $80 an hour to teaching for $5,000 for 6 months for a 6 month program, and giving his students a discount for like 50% off. So he was able to switch from $80 an hour to $2,500 for 6 months for his current students, and then $5,000 for his new students. And guess what? The best part is that as he started working in this new way with his new students, one of his new students actually said, no, I don't want to get a discount for your new program. I don't want to just pay 50% of what you're charging new clients. I want to pay you the full price. I wanted to pay just like brand new clients, because I believe in the value of what you're providing so much that I want to compensate you fully for this newly designed music business that you're offering me. And so this goes to show you how, when you commit to mastering your communication skills, you can do justice for your business. You can give your music business the value that it deserves, the justice that it deserves, the recognition that it deserves, the prosperity that it deserves. And it is not enough to be good at what you do. You need to be also good at communicating the value of what you do. And so I hope as you're listening to this episode, you take this to heart and you envision, what would this look like for you if you could commit to owning your communication skills, to committing to improving not just how you play your instrument, not just how you teach, not just how you write music, not just how you perform, but also how you speak about what you do, how you share your message, how you communicate with prospective clients, and actually advocate for the value of your business, speak on your music business behalf, then you're going to have the win-win formula to be able to create unlimited earning potential and time freedom for your music business. And if you find that you need extra help around this, and it's something that you would need additional guidance, you're not really sure how to improve your messaging, definitely reach out to me. There's a link to connect under the show notes, fabianaclaure.com/connect. Reach out. I'd be happy to have a complimentary consultation and give you some initial feedback on how you could customize this strategy in your specific music business. I hope you're excited about the possibilities of what you can do in your business, how you can completely reinvent yourself. And it doesn't have to be just by the offer you create, but instead by connecting your ability to create your dominant tonic messaging, improve your communication skill, highlight the need for whatever it is that you do, and then present the solution. Let's connect music and business. There's so many similarities and principles that overlap. And I look forward to continuing this conversation. Let me know what your takeaway is. And I'm here in your corner anytime. Feel free to reach out. Thank you for listening. Let's prosper together.